40 minutes in regards to Northcote being here at home?
Well, look, I think probably Richmond have owned the middle battle for the most part there, but Northcote really off the back of repeat sets and making the use of that when they do get them down that end. It's got a couple of nice tries, as suspected. They're favouring that right-hand side, Nalu Tuagamala and Casey Smith, James Waterson out that side. But Richmond looking really, really good through the middle, and when they're able to promote a little bit of second phase, Setu sniffing around the middle there. Sione Moala, I think, has looked really good in his touches so far. But look, really enjoyable game. Both teams wanting to move the football.
So as we get ready to restart, the SAS Fox Memorial here for 2020. And round 3, a lot of action happening out and around the Auckland region. If you're nearby our park, make sure you get down there. A lot of good footy happening. You might have a couple of half-time scores. Got an inside tip there for us, Corey?
Only one in so far, and it is that Otahu are up 18-16 over Mount Albert at half-time. So that game appears to be rolling out exactly as suspected. It's a bit of a thriller.
Hope that 2 points isn't down to Aiden Ackland missing a goal.
Oh, you can be a cruel man sometimes.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, off and running.
Richmond, they lead by 4. 40 minutes to play. Lonergan gets whacked.
Welcome to Birkenhead. And we won't get an action replay on that. I know Dean would like to see it.
Dear, oh dear. Had all the right intentions. Who is it with the contact? It's Melicia Murray. It's the 5'8" for Richmond.
Just had good technique there and a slight body shift there from Lonergan. Probably caught him off balance and exploded on impact. Anyway, back to feeding the scrum. Here we go.
So an ideal opportunity for Richmond to strike early, having conceded right on the stroke of half-time. Kalipo to Annandale, Setu, hot stepping, puts the fend on, still going here, Setu, and then eventually taken down. Pili involved in the tackle along with Timothy Cook. Carlos Henry will bring play back towards the middle via Annandale. Glamazina taken down in front of the SAS uprights. Melicia Murray, he who forced the error earlier. Moala, this is Mills. Mills looking to fight for a little bit of extra yardage in that quick play of the ball. Annandale is the first receiver. Goes to the line. Henry. Held up. We'll go back out to the 10.
Good defence there by the Northcote Tigers, right on their line.
Play 4. Melicia Murray. Moala goes backdoor to Setu, beats the first one here. Setu still going. He wants the offload. It's come out and fortuitously picked up by Edward Kossi. Could easily have been a turnover. Last play coming up now for Richmond. A kick in behind. It took a deflection, but knock on is the call from Elliott. And one very relieved man in the frame there, Liam Lonergan, who will be breathing a sigh of relief having made that error, which led to Richmond having the possession. Waterson charged with the first carry. Tapau.
Great deep run here.
Tuigamala throws the body into it. Lock. Ragdolled to ground by Tuitama. Tapau with another carry. He's been impressive off the bench and earns a penalty.
Great set by the Tigers. Good yards, strong meters, and managed to get a penalty at the back end of that.
So they're going to kick for touch. There appeared to be a bit of a conference going on there about whether they tap. So Smith to Lonergan. Lonergan charges forward. Oh, another error.
Popped it and gone.
Oh, dear. It's a nightmare so far for poor old Liam Lonergan. 2 touches in the second half, 2 errors. And a penalty to boot.
It's a bit silly. That was a bit silly.
Now it's all on. So we wait for this to calm down. There wasn't really a lot in it. Initially, at least, Liam Lonergan, who was furious and looking to carry on with it, needs to be very careful here.
It's just frustration. No need for it.
Everybody had their little face. Where are our captains, guys?
Anthony Elliott
Johnny.
handling it like the experienced referee he is. Checks everyone's had their say. So Sione Moala and Tui Gamala are going to get talking to as the 2 captains.
Yeah, we like the ball back there. Okay? He's ready. I understand that. So we've got 15. The penalties for them for the strip. Okay, it's going to be a penalty over here for Richmond. So 15 is going to come out. He's going to have a sit down.
And Liam Lonergan is going to go to the sin bin here.
You boys just back up the bus. The mark's back over there, thank you. I only need Sione.
So the penalty's going to go the way of Richmond. Let's listen in.
10 minutes in the bin.
10 minutes in the bin for Liam Lonergan.
11. 11.
11's been called out as well.
So let's see if we're going to get one in the bin here for Richmond as well.
You've run a long way and you've raised that level really high. You're going to have...
And he's going to sit down as well.
Okay, it's as simple as that.
So Glamazina into the bin as well.
Okay, we're going to bring it back here for the penalty.
So
You
the
guys-
upshot of all that, we've got 12 on 12 for the next 10 minutes. Those 2 players will re-enter right on 56 minutes, and it will be a Richmond penalty. You can't argue with that. Elliott pretty clear in his summation of how things went down. Brain explosion from Liam Lonergan initially, and then Elliott's ruled that Glamazina was an instigator in kicking off the little melee that erupted. But anyway, we're back to it, and it's Richmond on the football looking to extend this lead. 6.5 gone in the second spell. Moala motoring out of dummy half, Sione Moala. Melissa Murray, dummies to his left, goes right and links with Ian Mills. Mills has taken the ground, Xavier Rice down low before Robert Tapau joins in. Annandale, looping ball over the top to Henry. They've got numbers here, Richmond. Henry elects to head back in field. Setu 2 to Annandale. Kalipo, nice little bit of footwork there, Temple Kalipo.
Take the ball back.
Moala goes to the line, dribbles the kick in, and Machu Stone Dunn does beautifully to pick that up. Moala attempts a one-on-one strip. It's not forthcoming this time, and Northcote survive. Now work the ball forward via Waterson, who's picked up and then spun around. Temple Kalipo putting himself about nicely in this game. Very strong in that number 9. And, well, Matty Tuitama, he did get his number called. Still made the play at it, so penalty to Northcote. Casey Smith gets us back on way. You may have heard my commentators quite excited. Ooh, in the background there.
Yeah. There's a couple of deep runners coming off there, and the ref said, no, 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 wait for me.
Afu jumps out, goes for a nice little run. Tuitama then sets upon him. Does a nice job of slowing that down there, Matty Tuitama. Rice to Locke, Kevin Locke, weaving, gets through the first one, finds Rice. Rice will then be taken to ground about 5 short of the line. Tackle still up their sleeve here, Northcote. This is play 4. Tuigamala puts the fend on. Tuigamala, he's over the line, but will not get the ball down. Good work, Richmond. And they'll have one more player to defend when play comes back out to the 10.
Good mates there. Probably didn't see that. He gave him a couple of ribs. Marching back a bit.
So Locke goes to Timothy Cook, who then goes to Stone Dunn. Stone Dunn will run out the line, comes back to Pili, pops the ball out the back, goes to Machu Stone Dunn again, who then kicks. It's taken a heck of a deflection, and that would have been very unlucky for Richmond, but they contain it. And now look to work the ball forward via McKinnon. Nice run from McKinnon. Lock up. He can't bring him down. Xavier Rice does the job eventually. Good carry out of yardage. This is Jeremiah Portu. The backline getting involved, and the penalty comes. Good set from Richmond. And they get the penalty at the end of it. Trainers are getting their telling off. Al Etel's on screen there, getting his marching orders. So Richmond inside the attacking half.
11-3 up. Oh.
Tuitama clears the ruck. Finds Moala to the captain, Lafayette. That's a good carry. Casey Lafayette, former Penrith SG ball player. Melissa Murray to Moala. Moala hot stepping. Smith, with help from Afu, will hold him up, but it's a quick play of the ball. Lafayette, backdoor to Annandale. Annandale attacks the line directly. Tackle still up their sleeve here, Richmond. Kalipo, Melissa Murray breaks the first one and is still upright and charging. The ball gets offloaded out the back. Last play coming up. Right up against their line here, Northcote. Annandale, Setu 2, Locke. In fact, it's Pili that goes low. Henry now comes back infield. They've got a staggered line here, Northcote. Henry still going, Carlos Henry. Chopped down by Kevin Locke right at the death. Well, that was a near thing there for Northcote, who was had their line in all sorts for a moment there, but they hold on, and really very much an end-to-end game right now, Troy.
See the frustration. He was hitting the deck. He knew he was that within an inch of putting 4 points on. Great defence. Oh,
Tuigamala feels the full impact of Tuitama and Moala. Waterson now coming in for some work. Look at the line speed from Richmond, and then driving them back.
great D.
One thing they've done very well today, their first up contact and their ability to just drive Northcote back and slow that play the ball down. Waka bumps the ball forward.
How's that head bandage? It's a piece of work, that one.
Nice quick play of the ball though. Afu jumps out and kicks in behind. Screaming down now is Pili, and well, that was messy. Stone Dunn picks it up, and now Pierre Pili. Well, this could be play on here. Northcote comes back in field. Sam McIntyre will score, but will it be play on?
Looks like.
Yes, it will. What a try, Northcote Tigers. Oh, the replay will make for sweet viewing here. Machu Stone Dunn just does incredibly to reel that in. From here, Pierre Pili jumps off that right leg and then has the presence of mind to find McIntyre looming in support. But even then, Troy, he had plenty of work to do.
Managed good fingers there, picked it up. Second row, couldn't believe his luck. This far out, did he have enough wheels to get there? Man on, 4 points.
Oh, that is brilliant. Machu Stone done to hold on to that ball. That was something else.
How happy he is, mate. He's pumped. Communication on the Tigers as they're walking back to the halfway. You can hear them all getting very excited out there. And this kick has a wee bit of weight to it now. Certainly 2 points I'd like to add to the scoreboard.
So Sam McIntyre it is who finishes it off. Remember, both teams currently playing with a man in the bin, although he will just about be ready, or they I should say, will just about be ready to re-enter by the time we get back underway.
Just in from the Ellerslie match, 26 points to 6, Ellerslie.
It's over the Papatoetoe Panthers. So Josiah Afu has been striking them fairly nicely today. Another tough one. This one from the opposite side to the first couple. Hits it. Looks okay, but drifts away at the end, so we are all locked up. Waterview Laundromat Richmond Bulldogs 14, North City Reinforcing Limited, Northcote Tigers 14. About to be back to their full complement here, both teams.
Yeah, only a minute away. Are they warming up? Yeah, that's the question just being heard from the field. One of the players going, well, who wants it now? Who wants it badly enough? 14 all.
So Moala with a driven kick. Fielded by Locke. And Northcote want to move the ball here. Schonkel. Be no passing from Trent. Runs it straight and hard towards Annandale. McIntyre, the try scorer. Little jink at the line. Northcote with a bit of a spring in the step now. Afu to Waka. Cole Waka goes up over halfway here for the Tigers. They're making good yardage. Rice. Looping ball over the top to Tuigamala. Casey Smith. Smith shakes out of the initial one. Boy, he's powerful. He's not as heavily set as some centres in this competition, but lacks nothing for power. So both teams now back to 13 on 13. Lonergan and Glamazina back onto the field. Last play coming up now for Northcote. 56 and a half gone. We're locked up at 14 apiece. Tuigamala will kick. Is that played it? No, it's not. Handover ball. Good call from referee Elliott, who was right on the spot to make it. And we've got Richmond ball now. They will get this about 20 metres off their own line. Appeals for a flop there from Richmond. Not answered by Elliott on that occasion. Henry is chopped down. Harrison Sutton, one of the former Northcote players in this team. Setutu jumps out. This is last play, and Annandale does get to the kick. Stone Dunn back to retrieve. We'll look up and see a whole lot of Richmond jerseys bearing down on him. Weaving his way through, though, and shakes the first one now. Machu Stone Dunn. Brilliant kick return. Chews off 35 metres plus when you consider he was going across field. Lock now to Cole Waka. Waka with a little bit of footwork. He's taken the ground. They're only 5 short of halfway, and it's only play 2 here, Northcote. Tamoti Cook to Pierre Pili. Trent Schonkel now off the back fence. They're making 10 metres per carry right now, Northcote. Rice goes to Tamoti Cook. Goes out to his right-hand side. Tiaho Steps off. Jordan Tiaho still going. Help arrives and they will take him down. This is last play here for the Tigers. Richmond looking to hold on in what has been a fast-paced set. Tamoti Cook goes to the line, dribbles it in, and well handled by Carlos Henry. That was a tricky one, just bouncing up. But the pace of the game, Troy, has noticeably increased in the last few minutes.
Certainly up tempo, and Northcote were really putting the accelerator down there, but I have to say, Bulldogs tidied that up really well, and now they are charging outside the 20.
21 to play here in round 3 of the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Richmond now look to move the ball. Breaking loose out wide is Jeremiah Portu. Setu goes to Tuitama, who was probably not the intended receiver of the ball on last play, but a fair kick anyway. Machu Stone Dunn, who is now doing some real damage on these kick returns. Tuigamala puts his hand up for a carry. It's a good one as well, up over halfway. Former North Harbour Rugby Union player. Matt Tafotu. So the starting pack pretty much all back on the field now. Speaking of, here comes Trent Schomkel.
Good carry.
Another good carry, finds his front. Nice quick play the ball as well. Josiah Afu will jump out to his right. Then goes to Tiaho. Tiaho now with a little bit of footwork. Goes to Rice, to Moti Cook. Have they got numbers here, Northcote? They fancy their chances and will turn back to the inside. Rice. Xavier Rice pulled down in front of the SAS uprights. This is last play here for Northcote. Kolwaka jumps out, goes wide. Tuigamala holding it up. Smith, James Watterson. Northcote hit the front. And for the first time today, the Tigers lead. James Watterson gets his second try of the game and comes off the back of some brilliant carries. Trent Schomkel in particular laid a great platform for that try.
Yeah, and from that quick play the ball here, this gentleman basically snaps out of the dummy half. Nice little step, just stretching to the right-hand edge, and hello, who's there? The man who loves it on the right, and just managed to get a nice offload there, and we get it to the finisher, and from that point, she's closed the gate.
Nicely summed up by Casey Smith as well. It's the second one he's set up today.
Big thank you to our live stream partners, CTAS, beaming out around the world, getting our game to all corners, and Pete's filming our in-goal action. Good to always be out and about during the season with these gentlemen, covering the season here for the SAS Fox Memorial Rugby League. You'll hear the crowd go up over on the far side there. This lands.
Yeah, and right now you could hear a pin drop. Big kick in the context of this game. Josiah Afu hits it, looks okay, but again fades late. So North City reinforcing limited. Northcote Tigers 18, Waterview Laundromat Richmond Bulldogs 14. 63 gone here at Birkenhead War Memorial Park, and you do get the feeling we are set for a thrilling finish. There hasn't been much in it all day, but it's the first time the Tigers have led. And really, we said that Richmond probably got the better of them through the middle battle in the first half. It's very much become an even game now, with both teams trading blows through the middle, and probably in the last few minutes, it's Northcote winning that battle. Tafotu charges back and then gets manhandled by his opposite number, Harrison Sutton.
Oh, go, that's one.
Tuigamala.
All the way, that's two.
Casey Smith, he's having a great game.
And strong too.
Really, really strong. Josiah Afu as well. Identifying that ruck so well today. Waterson with a scrappy pass, but it's reeled in by Tiaho. Trent Shonkool. Last play coming up. Tamoti Cook comes back infield to Tiaho. Tiaho still going. Machu Stone down. It's another one for the Tigers. Running it on the last, Tamoti Cook. It went half to half to Tiaho, and then looming in support, as he has been for most of the day, Machu Stone done. And Northcote strike again. That's 2 in the space of 2 minutes.
And as we look at the SAS Sporting replay here, just drops nicely on the inside. Great feet work here, good support. He knew he had them both sides. Turned it back outside, and at this point, it was just too much speed, too much quickness. Great support play, 4 points, and then basically it's the team full of headbands all came in. Look how happy they are.
You're right. Someone's making some money out of this Northcote team today if you're producing bandages. A number of them out there, but that was just pretty to watch, wasn't it?
Oh,
Lovely.
Yeah.
Instinct rugby league. We see so much these days, structures and players that stick to their channels, but that time Morgan Tamoti Cook just thinking on his feet, and then from there just brilliant support play.
Pure rugby league, just great instinct, and not only did the player with the ball in hand know what he was doing, but the guy behind him, basically, Johnny on the spot, and just fantastic to watch. Yeah, the chat and the Tigers, as they stroll back to the halfway, has certainly changed. They're feeling pretty happy about themselves.
So Afu to attempt to make it a 10-point lead, and does so. So Northcote 24, Richmond 14, 15 minutes to play, and I believe it's still far from over. We've seen the momentum change regularly throughout this game, and Richmond, when they turn it on, are able to play that nice up-tempo style. They get that second phase going. They've got plenty of strike here. So don't go anywhere.
I think they've had a couple of quick interchanges as well, Gorgeous, that took place. So it's been a little bit of a shuffling of the decks as we get ready for the kickoff.
Everybody on, Hollis.
So a high one that goes short. Casey Smith goes up and has brought it in beautifully, although now the ball comes loose. What's the call? This will be Richmond ball. Good stuff from the Bulldogs. It was initially a good take from Casey Smith, but then the contact forced it loose, and that was a pretty brilliantly weighted kick, really, and a smart play, I think, in the context of the game.
Yeah, mate, smart play, just changing it up a wee bit, and creates the opportunity. So the Bulldogs have responded brilliantly.
Important set coming up here for Richmond. They don't need to score, but if they can find a repeat or at least finish down the right end here, that is the start of their comeback. Trust you're enjoying the action today. Been a brilliant game so far. Annandale chiming in, looking for an offload. Tafotu ragdolls on the ground, needs to be careful he doesn't hang around in there too long, Matt Tafotu. Xavier Rice leading the charge on the contact of Michael Marfa. Strip is called. Anthony Elliott just pointing out the difference there between the NRL interpretation and the Auckland interpretation on that one. In the NRL, you can start with multiple defenders and then pull out, and it becomes a one-on-one strip. Not the case in Auckland. Or fire.
On your line. Release, Tom.
Lafayette, golden opportunity here for Richmond. Charging hard as Glamozina. McIntyre it is who stops him in his tracks. Lafayette, who's jumped into dummy half. Annandale to Setu 2. Still going here, Setu. Boy, he's hard to bring down. Little burrow out of dummy half, and McKinnon's caught them napping. Great work from Michael McKinnon. Looked up, saw the opportunity there, and now Richmond hit back.
Yeah, quick thinking.
McKinnon keen to get things moving again. He's already back on halfway.
Yeah, even quick on the action replay there. Just jumping out of the blocks and looked like, he was shaping up for all money to go that way. But look, he's trying to encourage the team to even get back quicker. He wants to turn it around. So we wait for the kick to come.
Yeah, we'll get a second look at it here on the replay. It all came off a really good carry from Setutu, who just refused to go down.
He's got 3 interested parties there on him, 2 holding on. Yeah, he's pointing, he's shaping. For all money, he was definitely going to let this thing fly, and that was the end of that.
And the kick has missed, as you would have just caught on our screens there. So 24-18. 6-point ball game. 10 to play. Oh, how good is it to have the footy back, Troy?
Loving it, mate. Well, what's happened in the last 10 minutes of this match, isn't it? So, rightly so, the Tigers stroll back to the halfway mark. Big shout out to the Richmond Ball boys.
So back into it, off the boot of Timothy Cook. Mile of fields, and here's a big carry from Antonio Fire.
Great.
Oh, straight through them. Shook off that earlier injury, and he is lethal. Fancy trying to tackle him for the next 10 minutes if you're Northcote. Annandale to Carlos Henry. Henry looking to put the fend on, but Timothy Cook takes him to ground. Tackle still up their sleeve here, Richmond. Just short of the halfway line right now, Setutu. Basketball pass over the top, knocked on though. So Northcote will receive the ball via the scrum. 40 off their own line. And if you're Northcote now, Troy, it's probably a temptation to go a little conservative. What would you be going with? Obviously, you've got to keep playing rugby league. There's enough time left here.
Don't know if you can go conservative on Richmond. And they basically, that little spill of the ball there puts the favour back inside the Tigers' hands. I think the go here would still be trying to get some points on the board.
Field goal in play, potentially, to make it a 2-score lead. And will they be thinking those lines? Cole Walker can kick them. Seen him do that in a semi-final before from memory as Trent Shomko.
Took a quick play the ball here.
Afu to Timothy Cook. Pilly will head back in field. If they're not thinking 4, are they thinking 1? Afu back to Shomko. He'll look to take a couple with him. They'll centralise again. Xavier Rice to Tiaho, who shakes out of the first one. Jordan Tiaho. They'll go now out to the right edge. Stone Dunn will kick.
No advantage, guys. It's only 4.
And knocked on via Northcote. This will be a Richmond ball. So Northcote just short that time. Richmond do well to survive it. Still 7 to play. No need for panic just yet. You think the call here for Richmond will just be patience. They've got the forward pack to get them down where they need to go.
Yep.
Dare say the Fire will feature fairly heavily in this one. Setutu as well.
Now don't block it, play on. Move, 12.
80 metres to travel for Richmond.
D there, slowing them down to play the ball. Richmond still coming.
Moala to Tuitama.
11, move!
Moala now they'll work the short side here, Richmond. Nicely identified there by young Sione Moala. Look out. Here's Antonio. Winding up again. Nice quick play the ball as well. Lightning quick play the ball. In fact, this is Kalipo. This is the last play coming up here. Henry. Will they get to a kick? Yes, they will. In the end, Henry just has to lob one down, and Stone Dunn says, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Brings the ball back now. That's been stripped. Double knock on is the call. Which way will this go? First one, Northcote. Richmond will get a full set of 6 inside the Northcote 20. Machu Stone Dunn coming up with the mistake there as he looked to return the ball. Gift that keeps on giving today, this game. So time off.
Yeah, Northcote player down in the background there. One might have a bit of cramp.
So it's Josiah Afu who is suffering. And he's going to leave the field, so a change in back play there. Just trying to catch who the fresh legs are coming onto the field.
Let's move forward, boys.
Just coming to the screen now.
Let's go, boys. Sorry? No, they're fine, mate. I got short side. Okay.
Time back on.
When you're ready.
Huge set coming up.
Oh.
Richmond looking to draw even. 6 is the difference. 5 to play. Tuitama charged with the first carry.
Go, that's 1.
Moala becomes the makeshift dummy half.
Can't disappear.
Spotted up Tuigamala, but referee Elliott says he can't disappear. And then Moala with a very quick play. The ball didn't get his foot to it.
You've got to play it where you can, mate. You can't just leave the ball like that.
Well,
That's
the thought was right. He was trying to get that quick play of the ball, but that is
Here we are, boys.
a big error in the context of this
Here we
one.
are, guys. Casey.
thanks for slow down now as the Tigers get ready to pack in.
No, we're not in our rail, boys. Keep coming, boys. Second rowers. Second rowers. No, you can't, boys. Okay, take it down, boys. Front rowers in. Seconds in. When you're ready, half. Right.
Tuigamala with the first carry. And a penalty as well. Go the way of Northcote.
Stay away from this place.
Tigers tick the clock down.
Rice puts that one way over into the car park here at Birkenhead War Memorial.
On the tap, boys.
3 to play by our count, 3.5.
On the tap.
You would imagine you won't see anything too creative from Northcote in this set.
12.
Charge downfield, look to get to a kick.
Go, that's 1.
This is where the veterans will come into it, and it is those players who are getting the carries right now. It's Tuigamala and Tafotu. Tapau, starting lock forward. Oh, bent in half. There was nothing malicious in it. Good contact from Temple Kalipo. Tamoti Cook. Sam McIntyre.
17.
Try scorer earlier.
He's fine.
Good defence from Marker there. This is last play. We've got a player down for Northcote.
Best and final.
Told to play the ball by referee Elliott.
Go.
Stone Dunn to Tamoti Cook. Kicks in behind, not played at is the call. And the Northcote line up quickly to take him down, up too quickly. No, it's high tackle.
So you've got a lot of men in front of you, so you lose the ball if you try and take it quick.
Well, Richmond have the talent to go the full length of the field here if they're not careful, Northcote. So let's see how good this kick is.
Moala. Oh dear. Failed to find touch. Stone Dunn will bring it back. And in the clutch moments, Richmond have come up with some unfortunate errors in the final 10 minutes here. Northcote now on the ball. Tafotu charging. They'll desperately try and force a turnover here, Richmond. Xavier Rice. Trent Shomkul.
Trent's worked hard all day. Big minutes by the big man.
Penalty.
You get your head out of there. You get your head
And the 2 points will be the go here for Northcote.
Relax.
It's not their ball, is it?
Yeah, this will be a Northcote penalty, I'm pretty sure. In fact, no, you're right, Troy. My apologies. Well, I didn't catch what that was
Might
for.
have been a bit of frustration on the tackle, don't know. But Richmond now kicked the touch, and this one needs to go out.
I think Timothy Cook thought that it was Northcote's penalty. He was signalling two to the sideline. But anyway, one more chance here for Richmond. As Troy mentioned earlier, they have got the talent to do this. Watch for Sione Moala. Lethal at a tight line. He's made a couple of errors in the last few minutes, but he is pure quality, Sione. Speaking of, here he is on the ball. Antonio will fire. He's been excellent in limited minutes due to an injury. Setu 2, centralising, fending, pops the ball over the top. Here we go, hot potato stuff. It's picked off by Cole Waka. Waka now streaming downfield, finds Timothy Cook. Timothy Cook with one to beat. Taken down just short of the line. Is that the game? Waka to Rice. Rice to Pierre Pilly. Brilliant scramble from Richmond.
Drop goal.
Xavier Rice. Sam McIntyre. They'll bump the ball forward. Ball has come loose. Oh my goodness. Now Richmond back on the attack. Jeremiah Portu taking the ground. Time is up by our count, but of course that is not the official clock. The match manager has that. Edward Kossi.
11, release.
Sione Moala. Kalipo. He's played the full game. He's been excellent today. Some of these young Richmond players can hold their heads high. Ofaya gets rid of the first one. Ofaya still fighting. Northcote joining in numbers. Can't be long to go in this one now. Tuitama. They're on halfway. They need a miracle here, Richmond. Who will it be to try and produce that miracle? Moala gets rushed. Shakes out of one though. Goes to Setu 2. Flick pass out the back. Carlos Henry now. Dances back in field. Finds an offload. Here's McKinnon. Already with a try to his name today. Comes back in field again. Hot potato stuff here from the Bulldogs. And they're taken down 35 short. Last play. It'll be all or nothing here, you would think. Moala dribbles a kick in behind. Waterson is bearing down. Must get there and does get to his kick. There might be another set coming up here for Richmond if there's time. What a game. Waterson with no choice but to play at the ball. It was a nice little kick from Sione Moala. After coast-to-coast stuff from Richmond, they'll be in no hurry here, Northcote. They'll use up every second they can. Time called off now. So needless to say, ignore our clock on screen there. It is not the official clock. The match manager has that. But it can't be too long to go. 6 the difference. Converted try would force the draw here from Richmond. Melicia Murray. Michael Imafa.
14 up. Oh, sorry, that's one.
Lafaeli. Moala to Ofaya, looming out wide. Antonio Ofaya pops an offload. It's tipped on. That was backwards.
Up now. Here we are. Hold. Go, that's 2.
Tuitama. Hard and straight, great carry, Matty Tuitama.
10 out.
Brilliant stuff from the experienced second rower. Lafaeli goes out left, finds his winger Portu. Knock on the call. And that might be game, set, match. Siren goes in the background. Northcote hold on for a brilliant victory over a spirited Richmond side. What a game here in round 3 of the CTAS Fox Memorial Premiership. It is the North City Reinforcing Limited Northcote Tigers who win this one 24-18 over the Waterview Laundromat Richmond Bulldogs. A short break for us before we get underway with the post-match interviews.
Thanks, George. Good luck,
Joined by Casey Lafaeli, captain of the Richmond side. Well, Casey, a heartbreaking loss, but you must be super proud of the effort today.
Yeah, definitely proud. You know, we've had these couple of games last 3 weeks where, you know, it's been a real arm wrestle, but just unlucky to get away with the win. Still a bit gutted. Yeah.
Such a good first half. You dominated the forward battle. Where did it sort of fall away in the second, did you think?
Oh, I just thought, you know, trying to push the pass through early, you know, a few errors that were made, just letting them have a little sniff, and then obviously the outside backs got a bit of a roll on us and took our gas tank away. So, yeah.
Such a young side. What do you take away from today leading into next week?
Oh, just, you know, a bit of experience, you know, when to hold the ball and just little things like that. Looking to our leaders of the team to sort of show our young boys, you know, just, yeah, lead them around the field.
All right, Casey, thanks for joining us. Commiserations on the loss, but all the best for next week and beyond.
Cheers, thank you very much. Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, mate.
Now joined by Jordan Tiaho, captain of the Northcote Tigers. Well, Jordan, sum that one up. It was a roller coaster game and went right down to the wire.
Yeah, the first half for us was pretty messy. We struggled to hold the ball and stuff. But when we did hold the ball, we got down the other end of the paddock pretty good. And, you know, a good spray at half time always helps. So, yeah, we came out and pulled finger, I guess, and just worked a lot harder in the middle and just worked on the basics, really. So it was good.
Did look in many areas a different team in the second half. What were the main things that changed?
Oh, it was just hold the pill, really, you know, go forward, play straight, run in pairs, just the basics, because that's what we were getting wrong at the start, eh? So once we did that, we felt like got a bit of momentum, and yeah, luckily we came away with it, really.
You guys seem to do your best to keep it exciting for us at the end there. A few errors there, which I'm sure Jeff won't be too impressed with.
No, I'll give him a heart attack, that's for sure. But yeah, luckily we held on. It was pretty tight, but yeah, it was a good win in the end.
That right edge looked like it was humming pretty nicely. Obviously, it's been a strength of your guys for the last few years. How are you finding playing down that side with Nalu and co?
Oh, it's great. It's great. You got Nulla at your second row, Jimmy out wide who's a try scoring machine, and we got Casey back from the Warriors. So that helps a lot. So yeah, it's good. It's good. We're coming together pretty good as a team. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Jordan, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the celebrations and all the best for next week and beyond.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
That concludes our coverage here from Birkenhead War Memorial Park. Join us again next week. We are back in action. But for now, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.